Well, welcome to Wildflower Wool's New Start Monday. I'm here every Monday picking a new yarn to cast on, sometimes from my stash, sometimes it's something that I have bought. And you guys always vote over on Instagram or Facebook to let me know which yarn is going to be this week's new cast on. So I will show you which one won out, either the neutral or the bright colors, in a few minutes. I have a couple projects to show you. I don't have a whole lot of knitting. I have no finishes this week. Kind of bummed about that. But there's always next week. And then we'll chat. We'll chat just whoever's joining me live, and I'll see what you guys are working on. So this week, I pulled this out of my stash. More of this Karen Pantone. I have a whole bunch of this in my stash, and I guess it's going to be for Christmas gifts, or just to go in the Christmas box. I don't know. Winter hats. Everybody needs new winter hats this time of year, right? Fall's in the air. I kind of have this urge to do hats. I've done hats I don't know, a couple times over the last number of weeks, and I'm really enjoying hat knitting. So I thought I would keep going, even though I did buy a sweater quantity of yarn at Woolstock yesterday. I will show you that too. So what did you guys vote? Did everybody vote? I wasn't sure really what I wanted to do. Every time I look at this, I see cables. I see a cabled hat. This one here, I see color work. And I think this skein eventually will be cables. This one here will eventually be just a Fair Isle chevron, I think is what I'm thinking for this. So hey everybody who is just popping in here. Oh, Donna, you forgot to vote? Did I see Diane said, Diane, did you say neutrals? Hey, Catherine. Oh, Diane, you think you lost the vote? I don't know. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, right? It is, yeah. Eventually everything should get knit. We'll see. Oh, Jocelyn, you said bright. Jocelyn, I think you did say bright in the poll, didn't you? Because you said winter is just too dark and dreary anyways. We need some brightness. Other people were just saying sometimes you just feel like you need some neutrals. So it's kind of both. And then of course, some people always, you know, just say, put them both together. Brights with a little bit of gray, can't usually go too wrong with that, can you? Okay, it was a clear winner right from the start, all day long, on Facebook, Instagram post, Instagram stories. The one that was in the lead all day long by quite a margin is the brights. So somebody's gonna have a really fun bright hat this winter. I do want to do cables at some point, but I guess it's not this week. So I'm going to cast this on. I'm going to take this apart here. Has anybody knit with this yarn? This is what, my third hat, I think, doing with this yarn. One's finished, one is not. What, a couple of weeks ago, what was it? The Peacock Blues won the vote. And I'm doing kind of the dip stitch, which is really looking nice. But I haven't finished it. I'm so close, but I haven't finished. Okay, I'm struggling here. There's a lot of bits and pieces to this tag. So this was Fuchsia Plume. And look at the pretty colors. So this is just more like a really deep royal purple. I guess these are our fuchsias here, aren't they? More of a purpley into a pink color, and then orange. Oh, Amber, that's right. I think you told me that before. You did your Agent 99 cowl out of this. That would have been looked really fun. And then we top it off with just a really blush pink. Kind of interesting color combinations, aren't they? But I don't know. I pretty much think any colors go together. I think we just need to not think about it too much. Just kind of go with the flow. So let me see where the end of this is. Always makes me just a little bit nervous snipping this. because obviously we don't want to snip the wrong end. That would be bad. Okay, so I'm just, and it's dark, right? And my lighting's probably not the best. Oh, can I just untie it? No. Okay, I've got my end here. So I'm just gonna snip this. I'm pretty sure this is, what is that saying? My dad, he's a woodworker, and I can always remember him saying, measure twice, cut once. And I have that feeling in this situation. Double check and make sure you've got the right strand of yarn before you snip it. I mean, I guess if I snipped the wrong one, I would just be doing a Russian join or something, wouldn't I? Okay, I really hope I snipped the right one. This usually, okay. This usually comes undone much easier. All right. The things, all right, of all the things that I have done live and worried would not go right, this has never been one of them. Okay, well, I cut something. All right, well, I will chat while I just play around with this. Woolstock, we'll talk about Woolstock on the weekend. I saw Joanne is in here. Hi, Jerry. Wrong end. Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, you're smart. I did start with the wrong end. Oh, but I don't want to. Okay. Gonna have like a little temper tantrum, but I don't want to start with that end. Okay, I guess I'll have to undo it, will I? Smart thinking. Okay. I'll just have to dismantle the whole thing. All right. Ha! Jerry, you're so smart. It was Jerry, right? You're so smart. Okay, I'm gonna have to take it all apart. One, because I don't want to start with the pink. I don't want to start with pink. I want to do my ribbing with the dark color. Okay. Now I'm, okay. I don't know, isn't this funny? I always want to knit with them in the order. Ta-da. All right. I was like knitting with them in the order they are, and now I was worrying I was getting them mixed up. Okay, success. We're on track here. Okay, now I probably really mucked up my little mini skein playing around with it, haven't I? Okay, so this is a good example of what not to do. Anyways, here I am. I've got where I've tied. So there you go. Make sure you try opening it from the right end. I probably would have figured that out eventually. We'll say we will. I would have, right? Okay. Maybe make a striped hat. That way you can, oh, I can rotate the colors. You know what? I did that for the very first one and I really liked it. But all of these, I don't know how many skeins of this I have, and I want to do all of them in a little bit different pattern. So I don't think I'll stripe this one, even though that's a great idea. So who all is here? So Amber's here, Sam is here. Dark to light is good. Easier to find you in a snowstorm. Okay, well, let's hope not. I don't know. I'm just actually thinking more about wearability wise and like getting dirty. I'm thinking that I want to have the dark, you know, oh, that's a good shot, isn't it? Like around my face and then go up light. I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you start with the dark or would you start with the light? Or does it really matter? I don't know. What would you guys do? Now I'm curious. So Jocelyn, which way would you start? Would you start with the dark? I don't know. I don't think I want that. So that's not probably even for me, but I want the dark. I'm sticking with the dark. Would anybody go with the light? Leave me. Oh, Diane's saying light to dark. Jerry's saying I'd start dark. Alice, I would go dark to light. Okay. Start with the dark. Okay. Okay, so obviously we're all, hi Christine, start with the dark. I know that just makes sense in my head to start with the dark. So this is what I do with these little skeins. I know I put this in one of my Instagram stories. Sorry, I touched a button. Something popped up on my screen. Anyway, so sorry if I froze. I put this up in one of my Instagram stories. I try to do daily little questions that we can just get some conversation going about knitting. And it was, what do you do with little mini skeins? Do you just hand wind them or do you put them on the Swift? And I think the answer was kind of mixed, like as with most things. Everybody does it a little, some people put it on a Swift, some people don't. I generally, just because, do you have to be very careful not to get it twisted though? Like hopefully I just didn't do. But I generally just put it on my arm and I know. Stop touching buttons. I know, I need to, I don't know what I need to do. I know, buttons. Anyways, I got you back. That's the main thing. But I just do this. It's only 20 grams. I just put it over my arm and I just wind it. Mostly probably because I'm, relaxing on the couch, watching a movie or Netflix or whatever I'm watching, and I don't want to get up to go over to the Swift. But I do I like this part. It's just, I find this part of the process, just winding it. Kind of enjoy this. And now see, it does tend to get a little twisted, but if you're really careful, can usually get it all wound without any knots. So we'll see. My track record for doing stuff live tonight is not so good, so we'll see. Maybe I'll tangle it. Oh, Amber, you're saying the Swift? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna do it like this tonight, and we'll see. If I sit here and untangle a little bit, it's only 20 grams, not the end of the world. And the biggest problem is I think I've got the tail kind of hanging out in here. But that's okay. So back to Woolstock. So I know, Amber, you weren't able to go because you had a work commitment, and a few other people did too. But let me tell you, it was fantastic. So we were able to have, oh, Jerry's got another idea. Put it around your neck so you have both hands free. Oh, I'm going to try that for the next one, Jerry. I have never thought about putting it around my neck. Oh, Liz, hi Liz. You can tangle 1 gram. I know. Yarn, it can tangle in an instant, right? Anyways, so Woolstock, we had our local fiber festival this past weekend. First time in 2 years, we were able to all get together, and boy, oh boy, did people come out in droves. There was lineups to get in the morning. I mean, Woolstock is always a really, really, really busy show. The mornings are always busy. It's kind of like Rhinebeck. If you go to Rhinebeck, there's always a lineup there first thing in the morning to get in. Woolstock is no different. And even the rain, it rained a little bit. It was a fall day. It was drizzly, it was damp, but that didn't keep people away, which was wonderful. I hung out at Cheryl's booth, my needle crafts, before I started teaching in the afternoon, and she pretty much sold out everything, all of her bags that she had brought to the show, which was fantastic. So she had a good day. Everybody seemed to be doing well. Leo and Roxy's booth was busy. Everybody, the Loving Path was there. Vicky from Songbird Fibers, kind of a bunch of our local dyers were there, which was really nice. And there was some new dyers there, some different people that weren't kind of familiar faces at the show. So that's always nice to see somebody new. People looked like they were buying yarn. I only did one stop. I only made one purchase the whole day. Are you guys impressed? I almost have this. Jerry, I'm gonna try around the neck next time, see if that makes it any better. But I think I was talking and trying to do this maybe wasn't the best idea, but oh well. What was I saying? I forget now what I was saying. Anyways, Woolstock, it was great. Oh, well, yes, I only made one purchase. I only made one. Okay, I need to see some comments down here of like people have to be shocked at that, right? Now my one purchase though was 8 skeins, I think. I bought a sweater quantity of yarn from Gaynor Homestead. They're usually always my first stop. And they're a pretty popular booth because they have beautiful yarn. And as soon as I have my hands free, I will show you what I bought. I knew I wanted a sweater quantity this year because I know you guys, it's not going to come as a surprise. I have tons of yarn. And I really wanted a sweater quantity. Their yarn is so lovely. It's Rambouillet. I always have to stop and think about that. I always have a hard time pronouncing that. Rambouillet, otherwise known as a French merino, and it is really, really soft yarn. Oh, who is Eva? Eva, is that you? Oh, Eva, yeah, you're here and not too late. No, you're not too late. Okay, guys, I am down to the end. This wasn't too bad, and it just got a little tangled, which wasn't too bad. And I've got my cute little ball here ready to cast on. So my one purchase, I'll show you. Okay. Has to be difficult right at the very end. There we go. My one purchase, sweater quantity. I'm going to do a gauge to garment sweater. It's going to be color work because I have 3 different colors. I've got an orange, a green, and a mustard yellow. The orange, I don't know. I think I'll put it in. But their yarn sold really quick. The woman in front of me bought all of the gray, and I bought almost all of the brown. I did leave a couple skeins for somebody else. But they were sold out. It was not long after most of their yarn was gone. They did have some white, they had some natural yarn if you wanted to dye it, and I thought about purchasing some, but I didn't. And the only reason I didn't is because they're local. They're just outside the city, so I can always go there and buy more. So there I go. Ta-da! First ball done. Purchased yarn. Look at this. Oh, that color's showing up good now. Cheryl and I podcasted last night. We got the Fiber Friends podcast was a little delayed because of the show, and the lighting must have been off because it looked really bluey on the screen, but that looks pretty close to the green that this is. This is the main color. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look fantastic? And I've got some of this mustard. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is so lovely. Oh, Eva, you're working on your Stephen West. Fantastic. That's a great project. Look at that. And I have an orange. I have an orange that I bought a couple of years ago, probably the last time we were at Woolstock. It's an orange, so I think I might put it in with it as well. I'm not sure yet. Oh, I can't wait to cast this on. This is going to be a New Start Monday project, so you can think about this. I needed to get a little bit better idea of the style that I was going to make before I had you guys help me make a decision. So this almost made it to New Start Monday today, but not quite. So maybe next week. So I went with a hat. But oh my gosh, you guys, I wish you could feel this. I wish. Can you just see how soft and squishy it is through the screen? It is nice. It's, well, they say it's a French merino, so it must, I don't know what the staple length is, but it's nice. It doesn't feel picky at all. So this is a worsted weight. It's worsted spun. They did have some woolen spun, which was interesting. They're suggesting a 5mm needle, 113 grams, 250 yards, 100% wool. And that's what it says. Oh, fantastic. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. But I have a sweater that I have to finish for Jocelyn and I's challenge. So we'll see. This may get put on the back burner for a couple more weeks, but not for long, I hope. Think I'm even going to start it, even though I should be doing Christmas knitting. Oh, Jocelyn, yes. So who all is doing this? I mean, like, it seems like everybody is doing the Stephen West make along, knit along, mystery knit along. Everybody is posting spoiler pictures, which is fantastic. Oh, before I cast this on, yes, Liz, if you watched the podcast, the colors were a little wonky last night when we recorded. They look much better tonight. Isn't that funny? Because I'm pretty much in the exact same spot with the same lighting. I don't quite get that. Other than it's my phone versus my laptop. I wonder if that's the difference. Anyway, the Fiber Friends 1st October challenge has come to a close. We had so much fun with this. The try a different craft, something that you hadn't done like in forever, or something that you hadn't done in a while that you wanted to pull out and give it a shot again. People had so much fun with it. I made a list last night and I read them all out. I just kind of scrolled through the Facebook group. There was bobbin lace. There was weaving. Mary was doing something that I don't even know how to pronounce. Tenorol lace or something. It was like a little round disc that looked like it was notched. And then there was yarn kind of wrapped all the way around it. And she said she was going to make a poinsettia, somehow weaving up and through the threads. Don't know exactly. There was a few macrames. Sherry did a macrame snowflake, which I'm enthralled with, I have to say. I've never really thought about wanting to do macrame, but now all of a sudden if I can macrame a snowflake, that has got my attention. Trish did a macrame plant hanger. She did the whole plant hanger. It, like, stunning. There was English paper piecing done. There was a bunch of people pulled out cross stitch and embroidery. Like, wonderful, wonderful projects. There was, oh, I think using like one of the Cricut machines or some kind of cutter with the vinyl lettering and decorating mugs with it. There were a couple, Annie I think did a couple of stitch markers. Liz, you were going to sew, weren't you? You got the felt and you were looking for a pattern to do a pin cushion. What else was there? I feel like I'm forgetting. I did hairpin lace. Karen was using her drop spindle. Natalie was using her e-spinner. Like, it was just so fun. And everybody was saying, you know, they were enjoying this, trying something different. The last craft that I did, I made one of these little flowers. If you saw our Friday night, Cheryl and I did our Friday night in the Fiber Friends Friday night knit in group. Friday night from the hotel after she had finished setting up her booth, and I pulled this flower loom out. This was like the biggest shock. I pulled it open and there was all of these looms. I think there was at least 7 of them. They kept, they just kept coming. There was big ones, there was little ones, there was hexagon ones. And anyway, and I thought, okay, and on the packaging it said easy to use. And I thought, perfect because I'm thinking this is probably, kids probably do stuff like this, right? It's got to be easy. I unfolded the instructions and the instructions were like a mile long, tiny, tiny microscopic print all crammed together on this page. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Where do I start? I couldn't even figure it out. So I just packaged it all up and put it back in my bag. And when I was home yesterday, I YouTubed it and figured out how to do it. Oh, it was easy and it was fun. My center is a little, maybe a little wonky, and I had to kind of improvise the start. I maybe need to watch the video again and just to see exactly how they started and finished it. But I don't know. I kind of winged it, and it is so fun. And now, you guys, I'm thinking I need to do these in red and white, maybe some red with a yellow center, because I want to pretend that that looks like a poinsettia and decorate a Christmas tree with these and with snowflakes and with pom-poms. Why not, right? I know it's not very Christmas. Well, I don't know. I can make it be whatever I want. And I liked it. I really, really liked it. So there are different sizes of looms. Obviously you can see where like there's a big square one that fits out here. There's a hexagon one. So I just did this one because it was a little smaller, so it would be a little less winding and I could get it done quicker, but I really like this size. So I may try the larger one. It was fun. It was fun. This has been in my drawer in my craft room for I don't know how long, years, and I have never tried it. And so thanks to this little challenge that we did, I finally pulled it out and I used it. So it was lots of fun, lots of fun. So that challenge is over and our next one starts this Friday. We're doing 2 in the month of October. And it is going to be a toy knit along. Cheryl found the Susan B. Anderson Little Charmer or something like that. It's the witch and she's got a black, you know, her black pointed hat and a little black cat and a broom. But of course you can do any kind of Halloween toy that you would like. I know Liz, I think, didn't you find a bat pattern or something that you were having fun with? So anything goes. Anything is good. I want this. Gonna pull. I have this pail. Somebody gave me this pail. I don't know what. I think maybe this was the packaging for a birthday present at some time. And I just have it kind of sitting around, and every once in a while I use it as a yarn bowl. And it works great because the yarn is nice and deep and the yarn's not going to flip out of it, which is fun. So I think I would just use it now. Otherwise, Daisy will be chasing it all over the floor. Oh, so Eva, you're doing a test knit as well? Burn the pom-poms and everything else is fine. Oh, so Jocelyn's saying you make snowflakes out of chainmail? Oh my God, who does that? Okay, Liz has to rethink her pincushion. Oh, okay, so Amber, you did do the chainmail? Well, you know what? Take a picture. I have not closed the Ravelry thread yet. So make sure you go over and pop it in there. Okay, so I'm going to cast this on. So while I was at Woodstock, I taught a Portuguese knitting class. And it was so much fun. I cannot tell you how excited I was to teach in person again. Okay. Daisy's sitting down here. She just walked through my yarn and she has the yarn wrapped around her leg. Oh my goodness. This is going to be one of those nights. If there's any way something can go wrong, I think it's going to tonight. Anyways. So, okay, chainmail. So, see, that's something else that I think is really interesting to see and watch it being done, but I don't know as if I might want to try it once. I might want to try it once. Daisy is helping. Yes, Daisy is helping. All right. I know, didn't I just say I was going to put the yarn into the pail so she could not play with it? Well, instead, she just decided to walk over my long tail that is on the floor. She just decided to get kind of all caught up in that. So anyway, so I taught Portuguese knitting. It is something that I have taught. I've taught it at Little Red Mitten. I've taught it at the Kawartha Fiber Festival a few years ago. It's always fun. I love doing it. And I think I'm going, I don't do obviously I don't do Portuguese knitting solely, right? But I do kind of flip back and forth, but I haven't done it in a while. But now I'm thinking I may just kind of stick with this as my permanent way of knitting. I really, really like it. And this week, as I was getting ready for my class and knitting up some samples, I found it was really easy on my wrists. Sometimes after, say, I've had a weekend of doing a lot of knitting, I will kind of find my arms or my wrists are kind of achy, and just you can just feel a little bit of strain in there. I didn't feel that at all after doing a lot of Portuguese knitting. So, Liz, oh, you didn't question. Oh, what is this? Oh, is that for me or is that for somebody else? Oh, Daisy's my assistant. Yes. So, anyways, so I'm going to cast this on with the Portuguese cast on. So it's a version of a long tail, so it is nice and stretchy. And then I'm going to start this, I think I'm going to do a 2x2 ribbing. I always go at 2x2 is always my standard go-to. I always make sure I cast on a multiple of 4 stitches so I can do knit 2, purl 2. What is everybody else? Is that what you go to, or is anybody a 1x1 ribber out there? Oh, look, I've got a little blip there. Can you see that? I don't like that. I'm just going to pull that back and do it again. So I find when I'm doing this, what I'm doing, I've pulled out my length of yarn because it is a long tail, and then I always pull out a little extra just to be on the safe side, and I kind of pinch that, and then I put the yarn around my neck, and where I've pulled out my length of yarn, I make sure I've got that kind of an arm's length in front of me, and that's where I start working. You take your tail and you put your finger on top of it and you scoop it under and up towards you to make a loop on your thumb or on your finger, and you put your needle in there purlwise, and then you basically are just purling that stitch on. Portuguese purling. Really easy. It's quick and easy. You can kind of work your tension around your neck and snug up the tail that you're working with just to make those stitches snug. It's kind of one of those things that you kind of get a feel for it. The biggest thing about Portuguese knitting is you want this tension to be nice and tight. You don't want it loose. You want a good tension on there. And then when you're making your stitch, I just always snug the working yarn, the long tail, up. The only thing I find with this yarn a little bit is it does split. Not a crazy amount, but it does a little bit. And because it's that kind of that really funky, it's not a chain, it's not chain plied, but I don't know what it is. It's not core spun, because somebody asked if it was core spun, and it's not like that either. Anyway, I'm not sure what it is, but there's a lot of plies in here. I don't know if it's 6 plies. I think we actually, see how many plies there are in there? How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 8 plies in there. So every once in a while, it will kind of snag if you're not careful. But it doesn't deter me. The yarn is so nice to knit with that a little bit of splitting, I'm fine with that. So there, I'm just going to keep working around, enjoying this. Hey Katie, how are you? So I'm going to say, oh Liz, yes, did you know Portuguese knitting is probably Turkish? Yes, but the Eastern, oh, well, it is, yes, and they do this in Egypt, in Peru. I think it got the actual name Portuguese knitting because Andrea, I think her name's Andrea Wong. She is the woman who kind of brought it to the forefront. But I think before she started teaching it, I don't think it was really all that known, you know, here and in the US. I think she was the one who all of a sudden realized that this is how she knits, and she went to her local yarn shop to a knit night, and everybody's like, what are you doing? But yeah, so it was in the Middle East is actually, I think, is where it started. And then it kind of moved. It got, yeah, through the trade routes or however it, somebody ended up in Portugal, and yeah, and that's how they started knitting. And I think in Peru, I had heard because Peru, something about Peru is more an isolated country. I don't know how that is possible, but my geography is not the best. And that was how they were taught, and that's how they still do it to this day. And I know I've seen pictures, you'll see people where they are knitting with the yarn around their neck or through a pin, and they knit inside out, and they do beautiful, like bright color Fair Isle patterns. And doing Fair Isle inside out with this is good if you have trouble with your floats, if you get them too tight, or if you have trouble puckering. If you do it inside out, then that helps. It just gives your floats just that little extra bit of room to travel around the outside of the garment, and just helps loosen it up a bit. So lots of benefits to Portuguese knitting. The purl stitch is so easy. Even if you don't want to totally knit Portuguese, if you just want to do the purl stitch, you can knit how you normally do, whether it's English or continental. And when you turn your work around and you have to do the purl stitch, because purl stitch, you know, purling it with continental knitting, can be awkward, which I think is why Adrienne never liked it, and she would not let me show her how to do Portuguese purling. She's so stubborn, that girl. Anyway, you can mix and match it, right? So you could do continental knit stitch and then Portuguese purl, and you'll be laughing. You'll be, I think you'll find it so much easier. I know, you see Adrienne rolling her eyes. I know, I was so hoping I was going to see her on Saturday, but she had other commitments and couldn't be there, unfortunately. So anyways, okay, I should probably count my stitches because I have a feeling I definitely have enough on here. So this yarn, you guys know, every time I knit with this yarn, this Karen Pantone, I always say, it says it's a bulky, but for me, it knits up as a worsted. So I've got a number 4mm needle here to do the ribbing, and then I'm going to go up to a 4.5 and just treat it as a worsted weight, and put the same number of stitches for a worsted weight hat. And because my first one, I kind of went by the tag and said it's super bulky, and I cast on that many stitches, and it's on the big side. Jason was hoping to vote for the other color today. So yeah, so Amber, you voted for the bright, didn't you? Well, Jason, yes, he would have been on the losing side. Not that that's, I mean, that's not, it's not the point, you know, to be always somebody. If nobody votes for both colors, then it's always going to be lopsided, right? And that's going to be no fun. So anyways, okay. Okay, got my stitches here. I should really quickly count. 4, 50. I need 6 more. 6 more. Okay, 6 more. And then I'll show you the hat that I'm working on. Okay, get my tension back here. I know you guys, I know you guys always try to mess me up with my counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, look at that, and not bad for estimating my tail. I don't mind having a little bit left over. Okay, so I'm gonna join that in a minute, but I'll show you what I'm working on. So this was last week's new start. This was Suzanne from Knit Stitch. This was a ball of yarn that she dyed, and this is what you guys voted on. This one beat out Songbird Fibers Canadian J. That was the one that was, see, that was neutrals too. It was a gray and a black and a white. Really, really pretty. But this, I mean, this is really fun too, isn't it? So I will show you, switch my yarns around in my bucket, what I'm doing. So I casted the exact same thing. I cast this on with the Portuguese cast on. And I am purling the whole thing because I'm just doing a plain stockinette hat. So when I flip it around, see my lovely 2x2 ribbing, and there's my stockinette. And so if you want to do stockinette in the round, Portuguese purl it. It is, Portuguese purling is just a smidge easier and quicker than the Portuguese knit stitch. Oh, there's a hole in my bucket. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. Jocelyn, did I see that you were doing worsted weight socks? Nice, those would be nice and cozy. So I'm doing this up higher than I would be, just so you guys can see this. Normally you would hold your hands down at a 90-degree angle, so you know, chest tight, so it's comfortable. Because the whole idea of Portuguese knitting is that it's very efficient and it's easy on your hands, your arms, your shoulders. So holding it up like this is not a good way to do it, but I want you guys to kind of see what I'm doing. So you've got it tensioned around your neck, and again, keeping it tight. This tension helps you so many ways because it holds, once you wrap that stitch, the tension just helps, it holds that wrap on there, and you just flick it with your thumb, and then that tension keeps it on the needle, and you can just slide it right through. So it's very, very little hand movement. Oh, Liz, you have no problem with purling? See, and you know what? I don't either. And I knit English style, and I have no problem purling. I sometimes accidentally purl when I should be knitting. But this is faster. This is faster. Oh, where are my sweaters? Oh, the ones I'm supposed to be knitting right now? Yeah. They haven't made an appearance. Next week. Everything is always next week. Oh, okay. Jocelyn's asking, do you know when in February I want to do the 2-week challenge? I'll look at the calendar and I'll let you know. I know I've been thinking about that. Are you guys going to join in that 2-week sweater challenge with Jocelyn and I this year? Why not start the beginning of February? We started it, well, we'll look at the calendar and we'll tell you what the date is going to be. Oh, this one here, I just split the stitch. But anyways, I find that this is the fastest method of knitting for me. It's just doing Portuguese purling for stockinette. And you can do it without looking, the same as with other knitting. Once you get comfortable with it, you can just put your needle in, you can flick the yarn, you can pull it through. And yeah, it's really, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to do this a whole lot more. I may even just make this my permanent way of knitting. Anyways, that's it. I'm pretty close to having a hat done. Kind of my, look at that, almost ready. Pretty much ready. But the length of your hand, I can start doing some decreases. So because I'm purling, I'm just going to do purl 2 together, you know, kind of figure out what my decrease rate's going to be. And I will have a hat done. Maybe even tonight. I don't know, who knows. But I'm going to have to come up with a new pattern for my new hat for tonight. I guess I should work on that one too, shouldn't I? So many projects, so little time. Oh, Sam, you're frustrated with your DPNs? Well, we'll do our video chat with our Thursday knitting group on Thursday, and you can demonstrate how you're working with your DPNs, and I'll give you some pointers. How's that? Oh, you love a good plan, Jocelyn? Yeah, me too. Anyways, I tell you, I am loving this. I'm really liking the hat. I like the yarn. I'm really enjoying knitting it like this. I think I will, well, I'm going to carry on with the new hat. I'm going to do it 2-color Farrell, and I'm going to do it in a chevron pattern. And I'm going to Portuguese knit it. So I think I will do some videos, just a little quick, or maybe even some reels or something like that, and just to show the process of how I do the Portuguese knitting with 2 colors. So that was what I taught, and the ladies, everybody in the class, we started out right at the basics. We did a purl stitch, knit stitch, stockinette, or garter stitch, then stockinette, ribbing, and by the end of the class, everybody was knitting with 2 colors, which means you've got 4 strands going. So it looks complicated, but it's not too complicated. Anyways, it was fun to teach. I have to, oh, I know, I'm still so excited. And the group of ladies that I had, they were so much fun. Everybody really seemed to enjoy it, and everybody got the hang of it. So I hope that a couple of them at least will carry on and actually make something doing it. That would make me really happy. So we have got, what do we have? We've got about 10 minutes or so left here to chat. What else is everybody working on? Some people were talking about the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. Who was that? That was Jocelyn and Eva are working on that. What's everybody else working on this week? Did anybody else start something new? If you guys start something new this week, or if you've got plans to start something tonight, post it and tag me and use the hashtag New Start Monday Knits. And then I can find you and I can watch your progress. So who's saying headbands? That's a good. Oh, Diane, are you doing the Stephen West too? Oh, my Orange Crush. Yes. We'll have to chat, Amber, about that one. Amber's doing headbands. That's a good. Now, Amber, is that for you, or are you doing some of these for your kids at work? Jerry, you started. Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness, that's another word I can't pronounce. It's a hat. Okay, Okay, Diane said yes. So how far how many clues are out for the Stephen West? Is the second clue out? I know I saw people posting their progress, their kind of crescent shaped start, and there was some really funky colors and patterns for the first one. So has clue 2 came out yet? Oh, sure, Jocelyn, just take us to the laundry room. We're good with that. Clean clothes is important. What is all the ladders? Oh, it's with the ladders. Well, Sam, it's just practice. You just got to pull the first and second stitch on the brand new needle. You just have to pull it really snug. So it just literally bumps up. It tightens right up against the stitch on the old needle. It just takes some practice to get it tight. Okay, so Diane's saying clue 2 is out. Fantastic. Oh, and Amber, for your coworker. Nice. Oh, and you finished the vest. Good for you. You're getting lots done. So Jerry, you forgot okay, the space. I don't think that's still gonna help me. Muscle burr hat. How do you say that? Why do people make things so complicated with so many letters? I need things that are easy. Okay, Diane, you're still in clue 1. Well, that's okay. I'm sure there's tons of people still on clue 1. Everybody kind of knits at their own space, right? So was I close, Jerry? So what is it? Is it color work? Is it brioche? Is it mosaic? Is it, or just knit some purl, like a textured kind of pattern? Oh, look at this. I'm not sure what I like the best about this, if it's the yarn, if it's the color. This is a superwash merino. Feels nice. Burr. Okay. I mean, anyways, I think hats are a great project right now, Jerry. Jocelyn, you cast on a sock and a new sweater this past week. Of course you did. Of course you did. Say it. Oh no. Okay, I'm getting a lesson here. Nancy. How about we just give up on me saying it? How's that? Muscle burra. Muscle burra. Okay. Anyways, great. I can't wait. That's fun. Okay, so muscle burra. So I did say it. I've got it down now. Okay. Anyways, Amber, you like the color? I know the color is really nice. This would help if you get lost in a snowstorm. This might be the hat you want to wear, right? Like Edinburgh. Musselburgh. Like Edinburgh. Okay. Just thinking that you guys are getting a peek into my life at school. Yeah, look at this. I'm excited to try this on. I think this, I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this or put it in my Christmas box. Part of me thinks I might keep it, but it is so not my color. But maybe I'll keep it anyways. Anyways, so everybody who's doing the Stephen West, okay, so if you guys are doing the Stephen West, that's for you, right? Nobody's giving that away, are they? Okay, this says keep it. You think I should keep it? Maybe I should. Spice up, brighten up my winter wardrobe a little bit, right? Alice, how many did I cast? How many stitches for the hat? I'm doing, this one here is bulky weight. I can tell you what I cast on. I have 76 stitches is what I increased to. 76. And I think I have a 6mm needle. Oh yeah, that's right. Make-alongs are for you. Yeah. And this guy, the worsted weight one, This is going to be, I just cast on 80 stitches. 80 stitches, and I think I might go up to 84 and go up a larger needle size for my worsted. Spice up my life. That's right. I know. I think maybe I should, right? Wear this nice bright hat throughout the winter. And I heard somebody had the Weather Channel on. One of the people I was supporting today had the Weather Channel on, and I heard them talking about snow for southwestern Ontario. I heard that, but I don't know when. I immediately went and looked at my weather app, and I'm thinking, is it going to get really cold? Is it going to snow overnight one night? But I didn't see anything, so I don't know when they were forecasting that, but that's something I did not want to hear. So maybe I better get this hat done quick, and maybe it will be, you know, one of those things, if you carry your umbrella, it never rains. Maybe if I get this hat finished, it will hold off the snow. What do you think? We can hope, right? Stop swearing. I know, right? The S word. Not yet. Not for a couple more weeks, right? No. Will I wear it with the pearls out? No. I'm knitting it inside out, so I will flip it around so it will be stockinette. Yeah, I'm going to wear it like this. It's knitting up. Look at that. All the nice variations. It's so pretty. So the reason I'm knitting it inside out is just because the Portuguese purl is just so, it's quicker. To knit is just one extra little step, and it's just that little smidge extra that you have to do. Move your needles, and it's just a little bit, it's not, I mean, it's still fast, but it's just that little extra, right? The purl is just so, it's just a flick of the thumb, it's so easy. So that's why if you're doing something flat, so if you wanted to do, oh, Alberta had snow, oh no. I want to say it's too early, but it's not, right? Oh, Susanna, how are you? Oh, no snow for you in Calgary? Oh, well, as a matter of fact, oh, it was up to 22 yesterday. My goodness. Yeah, crazy weather. I mean, it's coming. We all know it's coming, right? Western US had snow too. See, it's doesn't it just feel like it's closing in on us? It's coming, and we want to avoid it, but there's no way we can. I bought my first Christmas magazine today. I went into one of the drugstores, and I've been spying them on the newsstands. You know, all of the country, I don't know, you know, all the magazines that are out there. I don't even know what the names of them all are, but you know, home decorating, country Christmas, blah, 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 whatever. I bought my first one today. I could not resist. I'm so excited. Oh, Jerry, snow in Colorado mountains. Yeah, see, it's there. It's coming for us all, you guys. Knit hats, knit quick. Oh well, I actually don't mind this first snowfall. It's kind of pretty. Oh wow, so Jocelyn, so you've had warm weathers too then. Dum 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 dum, it's coming. Exactly. I know. Dun dun dun. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's knocking on our door every day now that we wake up with no snow. I feel happy. I feel happy. What was I feel like I was going to say something else about the Portuguese purling, but I can't remember what I was going to say, other than I think everybody should try it. I really do. It's, you guys all know, as soon when I find something that I'm loving doing, I just love to share and encourage everybody else to try it. You know, if I'm doing something and I'm loving it, I think everybody needs to too. Liz, you like snow? I do too. I mean, but I have to say, since my fall a few years ago, ice scares the life out of me because I do not want to fall. But I don't really mind snow. You know, I don't mind bundling all up and going for a walk in it. It's just the fact, if you have to be at work at, bright and early in the morning and shoveling snow and cleaning your car off and navigating roads that aren't plowed, takes all the fun out of the snow. It was ice. Yes, it was ice. Yes. I know Amber also had a similar fall and a knee injury due to ice. So I know it makes you really, really nervous. Once you have a fall, yeah, you can see how people are scared to walk or to do anything because it happens so quick. Oh, anyways. Well, guys, that is all the knitting that I have. Yeah, nobody likes ice. Oh, unless you're like, well, see, I won't even go ice skating. That is just off the table. I mean, my goodness, I haven't ice skated in, I don't know, since I was a little, like, I don't know, maybe a teenager. And, but it is definitely not in the cards ever again for me. Never will I do that. Go on ice on purpose. I mean, I used to curl a few years, probably about 10 years ago. I did a bit of curling, and that was crazy too. I mean, still can't really understand why people want to slip and slide around on ice. And I definitely will not do that again. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Oh, Sam, you want to try Portuguese knitting? I think you should. You got a Halloween card? Excellent. Halloween isn't for a bit yet. Too early for Christmas still. You're right. And I know. And I know. I just couldn't help myself but buying that Christmas magazine. I want to enjoy, like, I mean, I have my pumpkins up here. I'm loving these metal pumpkins. My sister-in-law had them in her store, and I was like, I had to have them. So I know I still want to embrace it, but it's like the snow. Christmas is coming. I could just feel it calling my name to start decorating, and I just it's coming. It's coming. Oh, Jerry, your husband broke his neck. What? Oh my word. Last winter on ice. Oh, Jerry. Oh my word. See, I know. Ice is just, it's terrible because half the time you don't see it. The first time when I broke my kneecap in half, it was black ice. So I thought the driveway was clear. It was not. And you step, and before you know it, like, you just can't catch yourself and you're down. And then other times it's covered under a little bit of layer of snow and you don't see it. So when you see it, it's fine because then you can walk really careful. It's when you don't see it, it catches you by surprise. Oh man. Anyways, yeah, ice is very dangerous. Terrible. Yes. Oh my goodness. He is lucky. Yeah, that's good on Jerry. I'm so happy to hear he's okay. I know 2.5 months until Christmas. That is not a lot of time. Can we get through Remembrance Day as well? Yes, that is in there too. Black ice is horrible. Yes. And then for everybody who's in the US, you guys still have your Thanksgiving coming. So there's just so many holidays and things to celebrate. Well, okay. So I need to think my game plan here. I need to find my dip stitch hat that I did. I started that a couple of weeks ago. I need to pull that out because it's really close to being finished. I need to finish this hat. So I don't want to jinx myself and say, "Ooh, next Monday, come back because I'll have some finishes," because then that is the surest way for me not to finish a single thing. But I'm really hoping I'll have some finishes. And I'm really hoping I will have a start on this. Liz, need to knit a blanket. I would love to knit a blanket. I have not, oh my gosh. I'm supposed to be knitting a blanket. All this blue yarn behind me is supposed to magically turn into a blanket for Christmas. In 2.5 months, as somebody just said. Okay. I need to make a list. Who was it saying something about they like to plan? I think I need a Christmas plan. I think I need to do that maybe yet tonight. Anyways, who knows? So many wonderful ideas, and I want to start this sweater. I don't want to leave it till Christmas. I want to get it started. So I think I need to come up with a bit of a plan, try to keep myself on schedule, and we will see what happens. And this Friday is the toy knit along for the Fiber Friends, and I've got that humongous, that really big, like jumbo black yarn that I'm going to use to knit that black cat. So I'm just gonna stick that in there this weekend too. So I'll have that to show you because I'm really hoping I can get that done. It's little. I said I'm gonna make it big, but it should knit fast, right? I have no idea. I think I need like size 20 millimeter, 25 millimeter needles, like the broomstick size. So it's gonna go fast. Oh, Jocelyn, what did Jocelyn just ask? People can see ice. Dang, I just fall a lot. Oh, well. That's the problem, is most times nobody can see it, Jocelyn. But yeah, the odd time, if I know it's there, I walk very carefully. I need you're right, Liz. I do need a monster whiteboard with all my projects. Yes, that's exactly what I need. Keep it all in track somehow, kind of on track, some kind of process. Well, everybody, this has been lots of fun. And yes, where's Asa to help? I know. She'll send me messages. She keeps me on track. So guys, this has been lots of fun. Thanks everybody who voted for the yarn. I am kind of happy that you picked the bright one. I would have been happy with the neutral too, because I was thinking cables. So at some point the neutral one's gonna have to get knit up, but we will see. Maybe it'll come back in a rotation in a few weeks. I was gonna start doing some of these yarns that, I don't like calling them the losing yarns, but the yarns that did not get picked, I want to bring those back and put them together and see which ones come up, the cast on yarns. So thank you so much, guys, for visiting. It's always wonderful to visit with everybody on Monday nights. It's a great way to start the week. So have a fantastic week. Good luck, everybody, on Clue 2. Everybody who's doing that Stephen West mystery knit along. Anybody who's Christmas knitting, good luck with that. And yes, if anybody's starting something, make sure you post it and let me see what you're working on. So Diane, what you said, are you working on whips? Oh, there's a spreadsheet to keep track that you can get. Oh, if you can get your hands on it, you'll share it. Oh, Diane, that would be fantastic. Yes, Sam, Thursday, you and I over Zoom, we'll figure out. I don't know. It's just practice, but I'll be there. I'll be your moral support. I'll cheer you on. I'll just say, pull it tight, because that's the only thing I can really do. So everybody, have a fantastic week, and I'll be back here again Monday. I hope you guys will all join me again, and maybe we'll do some more Portuguese knitting. I see there's going to be a lot of this in my future, and because I'm pretty excited about it. When I'm excited about something, you know, I like to share it. So stay tuned. Have a fantastic week. Happy casting on, happy knitting, happy finishing, and we will all chat later. Bye, everybody.